Well, now to politics. President Joe Biden will be among the top Democratic leaders appearing at the Democratic National Convention this week in Chicago.
Such a stunning turn of events over the last month or so comes nearly a month after the president ended his re-election campaign in favor of supporting Vice President Kamala Harris, who is expected to formally accept the nomination this week. Good Day's Robert Moses is here with details. And Robert, you've been covering this all for the last few months, and this has just been head-spinning what's been happening here.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, Stan and Tashani, has enjoyed a meteoric rise during her young candidacy, and we do mean young. Just a month ago, many Democrats thought they would be heading to Chicago this week to reluctantly renominate 81-year-old Joe Biden. Instead, they will enthusiastically nominate the current vice president, who is 22 years his junior. Vice President Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff arrived in Chicago ahead of the start of the convention there today. What a difference 1 month makes. After a disastrous debate performance in June, President Joe Biden quit the race on July 21st and passed the baton to his vice president. So instead of speaking Thursday night and concluding the convention, the president will speak tonight and she will speak Thursday. Before traveling to Chicago, the vice president and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, along with their spouses, embarked on a bus tour through parts of Pennsylvania. She took a slap at former President Donald Trump without naming him.
Over the last several years, there's been this kind of perversion that has taken place, I think, which is to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down. Anybody who's about beating down other people is a coward.
In addition to the delegates, protesters have also descended on Chicago. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators chanted outside the DNC headquarters there yesterday. They accused the Biden administration of helping Israel perpetrate a genocide in Gaza.
Day one for Kamala was 3.5 years ago.
During the convention, the former president and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, will offer counter-programming as they travel through swing states. Former President Trump will speak about the economy today in Pennsylvania. He'll visit Michigan tomorrow, North Carolina Wednesday, and Arizona Thursday. Vance will join him for the event in North Carolina on Wednesday. Vance continues to blame the vice president for her handling of the economy.
Giving Kamala Harris control over inflation policy, Shannon, it's like giving Jeffrey Epstein control over human trafficking policy. The American people are much smarter than that.
Some of the former president's allies continue to implore him to avoid personal attacks and stick to the issues. Senator Lindsey Graham is among them.
And if you have a policy debate for president, he wins. Donald Trump, the provocateur, the showman, may not win this election.
And there's a new Washington Post ABC News Ipsos poll out, which shows the vice president leading the former president 49% to 45% among registered voters nationwide in a head-to-head matchup. While, yes, that is a slight lead, it's notable because the same poll last month showed the former president and President Biden tied. Tashani and Dan, back to you.
Focusing on those numbers, Robert, thank you very much.